Hi guys, in this video we're just going to review some of those definitions that we've been learning about to identify some information about an atom. And so we're going to make a short list. There's not very much to it, but we're going to kind of sum those up so that we can make sure we can keep them straight. So here's our definition. So our first one is going to be atomic number, and the atomic number is the number of protons in an atom. That's it. That's just what it's defined as. There's nothing to understand. The atomic number is just defined as the number of protons. So that's important because we use that to identify an atom. Identify an atom using the atomic number. They're in order on the periodic table of atomic number, that whole number 1, 2, 3, 4 through 118. That tells you which atom you're looking at. So that's the number of protons. So what happens if you change protons? When you change protons, you will get a new element. When you look at the mass number, that one's a slightly different thing. That is the number of, and remember, protons, neutrons, and electrons are called subatomic particles. So it's the number of subatomic particles that are in the nucleus. So that really doesn't mean a whole lot, except that it does not include electrons. So another way to write this is that we're including protons and neutrons. Okay, protons and neutrons make up the mass number. Now, this number is not in the periodic table. That's really important to note. A lot of people try to look up the mass number in the periodic table, but it's not there. The mass number is not in the periodic table. It's not in the periodic table. We'll write down what is in the periodic table in just a second, but if you want to figure it out, you'll have to look at protons and neutrons to figure it out, or you'll have it and you'll need protons and neutrons. But what's in the periodic table is an average of those. If you change, so I'm going to write neutrons here. If you change the protons, you're going to get a new element, but if you change the neutrons, you get a different isotope. And an isotope is just a fancy word that means an atom that has the same number of protons but a different number of neutrons. So that's an isotope. And that's why we can't have it in the periodic table, because each element has a couple of different isotopes that it might need to list. And if we listed the mass numbers, then we'd have a lot more information to put in the periodic table. So what is in the periodic table is the average atomic mass. It's not the mass number, and sometimes it's called the average atomic weight. Sometimes it's just atomic weight or atomic mass, but it's an average. And it is an average of all the isotopes of one element. And we'll talk about how to calculate the average atomic mass in another video. But basically you have different elements, have different isotopes, and if you average up all the different ones that you could have, it's a weighted average. We should note that down, it's a weighted average. Then you'll have the average atomic mass that's in the periodic table. So these are just some definitions to review: atomic number, mass number, and average atomic mass. Thanks for watching.